No, I think you're 100% right. Any single player can step up and be the hero, and all of them have done that so far today. Let's see if they can continue the trend in game number 5. We strain our ears real hard. We can hear the sound of that plane starting things off as we're about to jump into our next map.
I'm wearing headphones.
Yeah,
I don't have to listen that hard. It's right there, Paul. It's
That's
there.
Fair.
It's pretty loud, actually.
I had them turn it down because you're right. It was just so loud. I'm being honest.
All right, game number 5, last one of the day, and we've had a lot of slow starts. Not gonna lie, slow starts to kick things off until we had the Sandhawk game where they hot drop right next to each other. But other than that, it's been a lot of slow starts. Expecting more of the same here, even if we get a crazy circle and then explosive action. A team that comes to mind in that last one is Tempo Storm. They went out in 13th. Was it 13th or 11th place? Something way further down, and you don't expect to see that from them because it was actually last time on this map where I think it was Tensa and HH24 were the ones that got caught out, and they were forced to take a Jeep on out, and they would have been the first team out. Instead, they snuck their way all the way up to 9th place and picked up, I think, 5 or 6 kills along the way.
Yeah,
those are the types of performances that we expect to see them do when the numbers are stacked against them. Wait till they get circle blessed. Wait till things start going their way.
Circle blast, absolutely. No, I wanted to make a note as well. This is an almost identical plane path to what we saw in game number 2. Now, obviously, we had a southwest circle. And we, saw the response to that. Now I'm going to be curious to see what the response is if we see a very different circle here. Because, again, I love this when we have these very similar plane paths. We can kind of see some similar drops, some a little bit different up towards the top. Howell still going there, but I think it was Glacier who didn't meet. But this time around, now how do teams react? Because we saw a lot of teams get into the circle very, very early. But a lot of teams are still going to have to rotate here. I'm looking towards Endgame in particular. Endgame, who looked so solid that last time around, are going to need to step up as already the fighting is breaking out. Simplicity, Degon. They don't know how to not fight early, but at least this time it's working out a little bit for them.
Yeah. eStorm Gaming picking the same spot. Funny enough, they picked Graveyard where they're burying one of their teammates.
Not so fast. Not able to pick that one up. Not ideal.
Not too fast. Yeah, that one works. That was a good one. That was the best one I think you've had today. You had a couple where we just barreled through and there wasn't a lot of
depth. A low bar. Yeah.
There were a lot of touches. There was a lot of brute force. Brutal force, if you will. See what I did?
Yeah.
ESG's guy's name is Brutal.
I know. Yeah. Okay. I could have made a fairy tale reference there, which is what his name was actually referenced to, but although for those weebs in chat, we can get there.
There's a lot.
There are a lot.
Taking a peek on the map, though, just real quick. Los Leones, this is what I've been used to seeing. 3 teams looting up Los Leones and staying relatively close to each other, then going, uh-oh, not another one. Tiger, he's...
breakdancing.
Yeah, he has to breakdance as Lolo's taking some pot shots, and I think Tiger's going to... Oh, I thought he was going to inhabit the shed. No, he's going to go for it. Up the hill. I don't know if Lolo's still looking. I don't think he's looking anymore. I think Russell came by, picked him up, and they're on their way out. Oof.
Oh boy. Okay. Tiger. I feel like every time we switch to ESG, it's always Tiger. Yeah. And he's always in a bit of a precarious situation. I don't feel like I've ever switched. It's like Tiger doing fine. Tiger having a great day at the beach. Tiger relaxing, enjoying a sip of tea. It's like Tiger desperately running for his life, surrounded by enemies, being shot at by 3 different places.
Yeah, and they're not quite done yet. We're following along with the wild card, but if you look at the map, they're running straight into Picada, right next to Joker, north of them, and Tempo Storm. So they picked the wrong way, and Brutal is separated away from ESG. It's just, it's a bad day in the desert for eStorm Gaming. Not a lot of storms in the desert. I guess a lot of sandstorms, not a lot of e-storms.
I mean, they have to be the e-storm. They have to be the one. There has to be a first one. As we're also checking out the team from Mexico. And I feel like this is really important to note, Degon, because this is open to all of North America, not just Canada, not just the United States, Mexico as well. And having these awesome teams from Mexico step up and make a name for themselves in the tournament is awesome, because things expanded so much, not even just in this game, because in season 1 it was only America.
Yeah.
But as that expanded to all of NA, we saw all these amazing players need to come in, not just in this game, but also in games like Asphalt 9 with like players like Elite Joe, which was so awesome to see all these players from these different countries coming in and enriching the program.
Yeah. Elite Joe's a beast, by the way. If you are a fan of feel-good stories, go back and watch the season ending to season 3. It's season 2 and season 3. Elite Joe's great. Great dude, great kid. I think we did a behind-the-scenes look at Elite Joe and the tournament for Asphalt 9. It was so cool. It was so cool. So, and I know you got the time because no one's going anywhere right now. So make sure you watch that after we close out today's action.
Don't leave now, for the record. We're still in our game, but afterwards, yes, there's been a lot of amazing Mobile Open content that we've made over the last year because this is season 5. This has been non-stop mobile gaming action because there's 6 weeks of qualifiers. Though the season takes about 3 months, which is an awesome chance for players to start off and then learn and improve and continue and grind games. And, you know, we have all these success stories. We look back at, you know, year 1. I know we talk about staples in the scene. You got somebody like Sakumai and Jovi, which is a team that fought to qualify for finals like 3 seasons in a row. They finally made it to the finals. Like, those are the success stories we like to talk about here. And again, I remember, you know, teams who may not have been exposed to some of these pro orgs without things like the Mobile Open, which is great to see. And I'm Violento. Buddy, what are you doing here? What you're creeping over this corner, but he's not. Look to your right. The mini map. He's over. We know he's over there.
Yeah.
It's going to get interesting.
I'd imagine that it would be in the buildings first too, so I'm not going to give him too much of an issue there. Going back to your Jovi point, Jovi was actually retired by Sakumai, who's now managing Omen Elite, and Caitlin, who's actually the substitute for Cloud9. We'll see in Group B. But there's a tweet out there, and I will retweet it later today.
It's the 5,000 likes.
Yeah, if you get 5,000 likes, they'll bring back just Jovi, and I want to see that roster back in the Mobile Open. Doesn't feel the same. Doesn't feel the same.
No, not the same. Just not the same.
Yeah,
I agree. All right.
Maybe
I'll reach out to our social team and we
give this slump. Where you at, dog? Like, Caitlin, I see you in the chat. I see everyone in the chat. Be nice to our new viewers that are supporting us for the first time today. You guys signed the GLHF pledge. Make sure you're kind to your neighbors. Let them know that they're loved.
Yeah, you love to see it. You love to see it.
Also, love to see some early action.
Oh, okay. Omen is like, I feel like Omen's one of these teams that I feel like we've talked about, but we haven't actually gotten to see like a ton of their play yet today because their fights have been so sporadic. It's been 0 to 100. Hopefully we can follow along with Omen a little bit more this game and like catch the setup to some of these kills that they get, because the setup is, I think, honestly where Omen tends to thrive a lot. You've got like Zutane Group. The shot calling for this team is pretty much second to none in North America. Some of the best. And I want to see more of the precursor to these fights.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the main reasons why we haven't seen a lot of it, and it seems so fast, is because their shot calling is decisive and very quick, and it's like, hey, look, this is it, we're going right now, and that's why we don't find a lot of those fights compared to what's been happening to 303. Poor 303 just keeps getting rolled up upon, and they don't have a chance to set up a play. They're getting played, and right now the trees having an opportunity here with Lucky peek in the corner. Not quite able to find anything. These guys north of the power grid. And Karma, we've seen them a couple times now. Extreme Slayers just take these crazy fights and win. They've won multiple, and now they're going for 303. And it doesn't look like either team's ready to back off.
I mean, living up to the namesake here, not only is it Extreme Slayers, but it's XS. They're taking it to excess right now. They want to take every fight they possibly can. His fantasy is going to come on the flank, but Lucky's watching for it, though. Not just luck here, prediction and skill. Zeke needs to be... Did he actually get out? I think he was actually helped up in the back. This is huge. XS is going to look to slow this one down, though, Degon. They're wild. A couple of wild and crazy guys, but they're not nutty.
Yeah, but Lucky's kind of nutty. He's still pushing here. Yeah. Using the TPP to see if he can catch anyone. Catches a glimpse of Karma driving the buggy out in the distance. Sidon, though, still nearby. Fantasy as well, and everyone kind of in a standoff here between these teams. Actually, Karma, He's going to wrap around, and that information being passed along by Lucky. This is going to be, I think, just a peak battle here.
303 have left all their vehicles behind too, which is something I should note. They're rotating over the top of these rocks. They are spreading out a little bit, creating the concave, like I've talked about before, just opening up your base of fire, which is super important. But I actually think they're in better positions right now than XS. XS sort of needed, like, if they were going to push, they kind of needed to push. Now, I honestly think a full reset wouldn't be the worst decision of all time, unless they can get a pick here onto Lucky.
Yeah, but like, a full reset, I think, still gives your back to 303. So both teams don't want to disengage, because by disengaging, you give it back to the other team. And if they peak, there isn't a lot of, I guess there's a couple hills that you can use, but you're not 100% sure if you're safe or not. As 303, they can disengage, but I don't think XS can engage, as Tasty gets a mouthful of bullets. He'll stay okay, though, for now.
And this might be a little bit of that reset like I was talking about. 303 got Karma pinned a little bit here. Lucky, though. Ooh, that is spotted out by Karma, I think. Yeah, with the TPP, that third-person perspective, he does have the bit of the angle, and he's got the info. They know Lucky's over there pretty much all by him, is lonesome at this point. This might be the opening XS needs, but Lucky might be the bait here. The rest of his team might have an angle. There is an opportunity for them to retreat here, but I don't know if either one of these teams wants to back down. Lucky is in last place coming into this Degon. They need every point they can get.
Yeah, if they want to try and make a run with 4 games, if you include this one in hand, they need to make sure they get a top 5 finish, at least in one of them. We, again, with our new scoring system, it was the first time, not exactly sure what the threshold was. Do you remember before, we knew what the threshold was always going to be? Wasn't it like 800 points? 800 points and you're golden. Yeah. Now we don't know what the threshold is, because we've reset the scoring, and teams that are highly placement dependent have had to change their strategies on up. So if you're in last place, you just know that's bad.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's a very easy one to look at. Okay, we've only got 10 points. We were in the lobbies and then got like 2 kills each game, and that's about it. You could do the math on that. So, all right, again, but that's at this point. Look, you can only go up from here. The pressure's off. Just go frag out, go take some smart fights and do your best, and then there's Ever Fury, and then there's Ever Fury. Okay, passing like ships in the night, and now Lux has confirmation there's players in that compound. So that's actually Ever Fury, the accidental friend.
Yeah. Oh, and now back to our action up on the hill. Finally, someone blinked first. 303's Lucky did get spotted out. Fantasy picks him up. Hopefully we'll be able to get back to that fight in just a little bit, because 303 now going on the attack.
Now it's Diablo rotating on through. This endgame squad has looked solid, has looked consistent, but has not yet looked excellent. I feel like there's still like another gear that they can shift to that we haven't quite seen yet today, that I'm excited to see from them, Degon, because again, the top contenders are going off today. They need to continue to step up to hang with these big boys like Wildcard and Crew. So we're back on board with XS, who are still staring down 303, but we missed some fights because Zombie and Fantasy, they've dropped. This is no longer a 4v4, and now it's Extreme Slayers on the back foot.
Yeah, I like the patience shown there by 303. They knew it was all downhill for Extreme Slayers. If they were to back off like what they're doing right now, it's a lot of open space. You can see Zeke trying to take some shots. Dinks Karma for a little bit. That goes in the air, but the car stays alive. The Bronco is bucking, but they'll stay safe. And Sidon will stay alive.
Oh my goodness, that was wild. Yeah, bucking Broncos aside, that was the escape there. Good work the Karma put in earlier in the day, paying off for him here. Full stem and get himself healed right back up. And now they're gonna have to try and reset. The fight never ends. It never ends.
The fight there never ends. And also happening on the southern part of the circle, it looks like Nefarious and Glacier, they were so far out of the space, they kind of ran into each other. Might be in a little bit of trouble. But the engage breaks on off. Tempo hanging okay right now. They're playing this one a little bit closer to the vest, as they are scoping out what their next move is going to be. El Pozo currently occupied by G25, eStorm Gaming, and of course Square One. So you're not exactly sure if that's where you want to send it if you're Tempo. So Tempo just kind of being relatively safe right now.
That's kind of what I want to see from them here because, oh my goodness. Well, this isn't necessarily safe for ESG. Speaking of safety, they are pinned between Square One and G25. Not the most optimal of positions to be in. We've got the one building to their favor, but cover is a little bit sparse when they finally decide they do want to rotate. So keep an eye on this one for sure. Spooky and crew are here. This is Tribe. Stack of vehicles. So that's the official term for this, a stack.
They're trying to flip it over, I think. Trying to flip over the bike. Oh. There it is. Did they get it? This is high-level PUBG mobile play right here. Oh, low-level parking, though. Low-level parking.
Look. Driving is the underrated skill, Degon. And it's one that, I'm going to be honest, none of them have mastered. Literally not one player in this lobby. I say this with the confidence of somebody who's good. I can't do it either, but certainly none of them can either.
I don't know. So, Everfury just drove through all those guys. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good. All right, maybe I just haven't seen it yet, Degon. Maybe it's been a while. It's been months since our last event. I challenge you, PUBG Mobile community. Send me your best clips of driving. You need gunplay or nades or good rotations, good utility usage, solid team play coordination. No, driving. That's what I need to see. Who's the best driver in North American PUBG Mobile?
Well, about to get a little bit of fighting, possibly, because Zute and Lolo are right on top of each other. On the mini-map, you can see their circles are touching. They're not socially distancing close enough as Zute gathers the information, trying to figure out where he wants to take this fight, but this would not be good for either one, because I'm pretty sure Lolo's scouting way further ahead from the rest of his team, and you could hear Lolo figure it out, pull out the nade, trying to find where Zute is, and Zute pretty far away from the rest of his team. One of those guys gets knocked, they're gonna
lights out
pretty far away. Yeah. And Zute hearing the nade, gonna realize maybe running on that flat, straight surface not so great. Let's use the edges here.
He's gonna look to reset. There's just the two members here again. Buddy system for Omen Elite. They are scattered from the rest of their team, trying to find a more advantageous position to take this. Zute, though, needs to watch his back, quite literally. As Lolo and the crew are continuing to try and find this angle. There's now Nico playing post. Gonna look to try and hold down the fort here for the team. As now the rest of Simplicity is catching up. They have vehicles in tow as well, trying to take over this high ground position. Ooh, that was the moment right there. Lolo crests the ridge, crests the rise. Now Nico is hearing the shots coming in from behind.
Yeah, Nico trying to get the wrap here. But Lolo continuing pushing. Yeah, it's time to run. It's like, it's time to reconsolidate. Reconsolidate? Consolidate. Reconsolidate. You can reconsolidate, right?
I'm pretty sure they're one of those words that are useless, but they mean the same thing. But yeah. Just consolidating to reconsolidate. I don't know. Like, what's that other one? What's the other big one? Help me out. I don't know. A read at the front. It doesn't mean anything. Okay, that's fine. Look, all I know is this could have been an exciting play. It could have been a huge push in a battle, but instead Omen Elite did the smart move and just pulled they tactical advanced, aka a retreat, and they retreated. And now Simplicity are just climbing rocks.
That's a reword.
Yeah. Retreat.
Where did Omen Elite go to?
I don't know.
Omen just bounced on off, and I think they ran into our friend's endgame. And,
they did.
Yeah, you could see on the kill feed there some knocks coming through.
Oh, they did, Degon. Hopefully we can hop on over with that fairly soon. As Angry and crew able to get those two knocks onto endgame. We were hoping this is not the end of their game, as they are pinned right now. Oh, Juicy gonna go in. They are stuck between Hammer and Anvil, as we have Coltu BGBG also on the high ground through all this. Juicy's raining in the nades. Oh my goodness. That's not ideal. That's the first one in. The one in the top floor as well. Everfury, can they get the pickup? Goes to the nades, somehow not getting the kills. Oh boy. Juicy needs to take a breath. He gets Diablo with one nade, but my goodness, me oh my. This is a tough spot if you're an endgame fan. I see you in chat. I know what's up.
Yeah. Carson, not so good here. Ironside gonna have to figure this one out. Juicy pushed on up, will back himself off to buy a little bit more time, but smokes everywhere from the rest of Omen Elite. so that the guys don't get third-partied upon. Cool2 BGBG, as you said, raining down some shots and putting their focus towards everyone else. But there it is, Spring with the M24 taking down Nico. Juicy. Oh, the smoke nade on top. Iron Sight with the peek. I don't know if he saw him, even though we're TPP. And Omen Elite gonna send it. Here we go, straight on it. Juicy's taking painkillers while the rest of his team is putting down the pain. Carson gets taken down. See you later, Iron Sight. Angry, able to get the knockback there. Zute is knocked. Seeing if he's able to get on in. Oh, Zute gets shot from behind. Not exactly sure. It's Cool2 BGBG trying to steal a point away. And oh no, Angry is on fire. Somebody's on fire. It's Angry. He's able to recover here for a second. The last member alive for Omen Elite. So this push still not done yet. Kodo and Everfury still up. Zute, after getting shot from the behind by Cool2 BGBG, hanging around in the corner, not going to get revived because the revive is going down between the two former Space Station gaming men, Juicy and Angry. And Zute goes down. All of a sudden, this becomes a 2v2.
This is the building of death right here. I cannot believe it. Everfury and crew had like 2 HP between them. They both were able to met up. They both were able to stem up. And now this is the last hurrah as Juicy and Angry are pushing in. There's the knock to start it off. And finally, Endgame is going to go down. Cool2, BG on the flank. The third-party action giving Omen the opening, the opportunity that they needed. But now, Degon, they are in the line of fire.
Yeah, not the greatest spot to be in. I don't think they have a safe rotation out. Circle not going to help with them either. Once we take a look at that one, it's just off in the distance, as there is a building near Omen Elite. But I think if you're end game, you crashed into the house, which I think was fine, and it was a pretty heroic effort by Nico to get multiple opening knocks there to slow him down, and it didn't quite work out there for end game. They got in the game, but won't get anywhere close to the end game, as they go out in 16th place to close day number 1.
Well, I mean, the end is just the beginning in this situation, as they're our first team knocked out. We are seeing a pretty hard shift on this circle. Just, oh boy, this is going to be interesting. Tempo are inside 303. The last remaining members are there, still on the flank. But for Tribe and crew, everybody else, they've got to make this rotation in now. But Omen Elite, was Wildcard is rotating in on them as well. This is going to get really darn exciting as HH24, he's got the crew right in front of him. And this is not being the best day so far for the boys there over on the side of Nefarious, as they are continuing to get rained on from above. Oh my.
Yeah, Nefarious, looking rough for the boys. How many men left alive? It's just Jake. Just Jake. Until we get Jovi back with our 500, not 5,000, 500 likes, then it'll be just Jake. Hashtag just Jake. Left alive for Nefarious. And, you know, them staying on the top half of the scoreboard might be in danger here because they lost so many members. A quick wrinkle to note. Wildcard crashed the site where Cool2 BGBG were, and I think it's because they knew Omen Elite was there. Omen Elite was in that area. They're like, hey, look, Omen Elite's right next to us in the scoreboard. If we just crash on into them because there are only 2 and knock them out, we're safe, and we don't have to worry about them in terms of score, which is a pretty cool play by Wildcard. Just heads up on just awareness. And Spring! Spring! You are so dirty! Oh my gosh! That was awesome!
People ask if you can snipe in the mobile version of PUBG Mobile. PUBG? And yes, the answer is yes. You just saw it right there. My goodness. He's doing that just with he's doing that on a phone, Degon! Shouldn't be allowed!
Yeah, and
it's mean!
For context, he was also doing this in the PMPL scrims. He did this on Vikendi to Cloud9. It was amazing. It was an amazing shot there, just like what we saw. That was awesome. Spring, we had the opportunity to chat with him after Wildcard won last season. So grateful for the opportunity. Felt so relieved, and I feel like we might have unlocked him into another level, as there's a ton of fighting now. Tribe trying to hop on in.
No.
To BG about to have a BG, unless it's a huge spray by Danny, and oh my God, Tribe almost fumbled this one. Oh, Tribe, please. I want you guys to do well. Oh, Sega died because Memo had to throw the smokes out before he could start reviving. They will get the revive up onto King A, and I don't know if Alucard. Yeah, Alucard dies to the play zone, so it's getting a little crazy out here for Tribe.
Tribe has not had a relaxing day, Digon. It has been only action all the time. Another team that has been joining in on that philosophy is Simplicity, who I would have the least simple day of all time between, you know, like minute one fights, crazy rotations, insane compound pushes, Russell, you know, just all the things.
All the things. Russell. Irish just threw the car.
Okay.
Russell.
Fine. Okay. Imagine if there was friendly fire. Scared the bejesus out of me. Russell and the Jimmies.
You scared me. Now Nade's starting to scare Team Snake as Siberia, very cold, getting heated up by a nade. Irish getting dinked a little bit there by a nade. But Simplicity, where's he getting dinked from? Through the window. What a shot from outside.
Oh,
and down goes Irish.
No.
Oh no is correct. Russell will be able to get up. So window safety, very important. Minwoo Lolo holding from the outside.
Look, all I know is so far is this is just anyone's game. If game number 5 is proving anything to me, Digon, it's that when push comes to shove, these teams know how to shove back. They literally do not stop. We've gotten to the point of action. 12 teams left, 35 players still in the server, and everybody is fighting everybody. It's not like we have the third party anymore. Welcome to the rave.
Yeah, you gotta go. King A, just an update for the Tribe members. He has 19 first aids. So King A is going to be playing heal strat on the outside as we follow along with the action. Lolo trying to crash on in, realizes that's not how I want to park my vehicle. We'll have to reset. Snake not punishing Lolo for the poor movement there. And so not Kevin, who I think is actually Kevin, will back on off.
He's not. Yeah, he's Kevin. Okay. Gotcha.
ESG eliminating Glacier, burning him out of the desert. So Glacier going out a little bit earlier than what they wanted. But now multiple teams starting to rain down towards each other. Speaking of rain, he just gets knocked and flushed by Wildcard.
Wildcard with tempo there as well. Back and forth as Tense is actually able to get a headshot onto Beach there. Okay. Hang on. The fighting has not stopped. Playzone's actually going to take down Spectre through all of this. So the action is heating up. Not only just on your screen, but also elsewhere as the circle is closing in. That's Tensa getting knocked. Spring? You're a crazy person, all right? Want you to know that. As we have, first aid King A. Whose name I'm definitely saying correctly on the outside. King A. Yes, that's it. Nice. That's the best
I'm
one
on
today.
fire, dude.
You are killing it today. Just unreal. Everybody. Egon, the one and only. As the battle between Wildcard and Tempo, I think, is finally starting to draw to an end.
Yeah, Kevin. Oh, no, Kevin.
Oh, Kevin.
No.
All right, is this the Simplicity?
Yeah, that was cool by Simplicity. Rolling on through and taking care of business. Very clean. Knocking out Snake is not going to be anyone on that side of the circle. And Simplicity looked good. They're in the circle. They looked safe. As G25 not as comfortable, as well as Tempo, because Wildcard was pushing him to the brink. And it's getting a little crazy out here.
HH24 and crew are lining things up, looking down the barrel, but the blue is going to force them to rotate. But Wildcard was able to do the damage, and they got away scot-free. All 4 members of Wildcard are somehow still alive, and that seems to be the hallmark of this team. 303 down on the flank. Tempo can hear the shots raining out. They're looking down. They're seeing everybody just getting blown up. They say, we want to get in on this action too. Let's clean things up. But the moment it took them to stop is the moment that cost their defeat. It is Azor on the flank, the high ground, the scope, the shots, the finish. Starting the end of Tempo Storm in that one, cleaning things up. My goodness.
Yeah, G25 still battling back and forth, and it's a heal battle between King A and Brutal. Brutal has 2 more first aids left, so I think Brutal is going to win this one out. Oh no, Brutal messed up his first aid, so King A playing the heal strat, going to get a couple more points.
Oh, by like 2 seconds. Oh, by like that was huge. Oh no. All right.
Try playing a little smart here.
I don't hate it. Oh my goodness. Okay, how does Wildcard always manage to put themselves in literally the best position there is on the map?
I don't know.
I mean, they're gonna have to rotate now, and that's actually gonna be a rough rotation. For the next like 30 seconds, they're feeling real good.
Yeah, they're looking real good, as well as our Square One squad. Again, you got G25 lobby leading qualifiers coming into the playoffs. Simplicity, who I think have been underperforming, and Wildcard, who's just dumpstering everybody. As actually, Simplicity's Lolo blowing up Enigma, and so Wildcard now on the back foot. They do have 3 members still left up, but so do Simplicity. Simplicity have 4, and 3 here for G25. Trying to click here onto Square One. Yeah, Square One have 3. So chunked numbers all across here.
7 seconds though, Degon, and this is now a long way to go for Spring and crew. I talked about that position, how great it was up on the high ground. For those few seconds, it worked out amazingly for them, but now they're exposed with a target on their back. They were not able to finish up Simplicity. We've got the crates, and now they are split. They've got to climb down Spring. You can see him up top there on the high ground. Beach and Azor don't have a whole lot to work with, and this might be the first game we see Wildcard not finish in the top 3 as Dinner is pushing out, trying to find that chicken dinner, but that was not the door. Takes the other door in this game show as Beach is going to go down. PG is going to be able to pick up that kill, and this is going to be an absolute bloodbath in the finals here. Might be Simplicity coming up strong here as well. Zegon finally having a showing in these matches.
Yeah, and Simplicity picked the fights at the right time, but Square One not going away quite yet, throwing a ton of nades at G25. PG, the last member, still on up for G25. Spooky, Jokester, and Ice still up for Square One, but Simplicity, they've got 4 members up. Acer in a very, very sneaky spot right now next to a tree. He's going to have to move in only 20 seconds left. I don't know if they're aware that he's there.
I just threw a nade at him, so they are 100% aware that he's there.
Oh,
the tree is the only thing keeping him alive. No, this is 100% knowledge from Simplicity. Miwu was just staring him right down. Azor is going to have to move. I mean, I got to give props to Square One here, Degon. They got our first kill of the day in our very first game, and here they are in the final 4 in game number 5. Let's do the math on that. Showing up in a big way. PG is going to have to finally jump out of that window, but the shots are going to continue to rain through. They have full knowledge that he's there. He's just going to try and heal up through these, but these final few blues do so much damage. They've just got to kind of leave him be. Square One now have to go all out against Simplicity.
Yeah, Square One able to answer one back. Ice got ice in his veins, ice in his jeans. Irish gonna need some ice to heal up through this one. PG goes down, and Acer, he's able to heal strat, snake his way on through and get himself all the way up to second place. But this game should be Simplicity's. Minwoo fluffs a couple shots, but yeah, Simplicity gonna take the win. Wildcard, you know, they didn't get the chicken dinner, but they got a couple from a couple games ago. I think they'll be happy with second place. G25's PG waiting that one out. They'll get 3rd, Square One in 4th, Tribe in 5th place.
You know what? There was a second there, Degon. There was a moment in time where I was like, I don't think Wildcard's going to get top 3. I was wrong.
You were wrong. I did
wrong.
not join you on that venture. I was like, I think they're okay. I think they're okay. You're like, no, they know. They're throwing nades straight at him. I was like, I don't know.
No, they knew he was there.
Okay.
It's just that there were other people more pressing to fight. And then they killed them all.
All right.
And then they got top 2. So
we could ask Russell. Russell's very active. Russell, what did you think? Type it in the chat. Yeah. There's not a delay here where we're going to not be able to talk about it in 5 minutes. Sorry.
It's like a 9-minute delay or something. It's an incredible delay. So either way. Russell will eventually tell us, but before we can finally respond to that, let's get into our Xperia highlights from that last game. Because that opening was kind of slow and it was kind of fast. And it was kind of slow, it was kind of fast.
Yeah.
And then when the action really heated up towards the end, there was literally so much happening that I was struggling to keep track, even with our amazing observer team.
Yeah, it was pretty jerky back and forth in terms of tempo of the game, but definitely a lot of fun and cool to BG almost knocking out Tribe there. Like, imagine how that would have gone for Tribe if they would have all fallen so early, and I think that was with 10 teams left. And then Square One winning a couple of these close quarter battles. It was a lot of fun to watch them go back and forth with G25, PG getting a couple of knocks here, and it was a good attempt. Like, look at this attempt here by Ice. almost got it, but you see PG in the background jump all the way out of the window. If he didn't have to do that, maybe you get there, because look at Irish Russell. They were pretty low. They were pretty low before Minwoo was able to get that last kill. But a nice final stalemate to close things off and close the chapter. An exciting day number 1.
I mean, I knew this was going to be a good series of games. I looked at the teams that were in this group, but even I could not predict just how much better it was going to look, because it's been a hot minute since I've watched a lot of really good competitive PUBG Mobile, and it's just incredible to see what some of these teams can do. Everything just looks so much cleaner. Before, I feel like we were, criticizing fairly or unfairly some teams for maybe some haphazard rotations or taking some silly fights, but it felt like everybody, like you said before, had a game plan and they stuck to it, and it looked really darn solid. Degon, I'm going to say goodbye to you for like just like a minute, or two. I'm just going to say some thanks.
Bye.
I'll see you. Bye.
Bye, friend. Bye, friends. Goodbye.
Okay. Just a minute, because I need the other half of the screen, because I need to say some shout outs to our partners here for the ESL Mobile Open, starting, of course, with the presenting partner, AT&T. AT&T's been with us since the beginning. I can't say enough good things about them and their support of this Mobile Open program, helping to support us not only in terms of resources for prize pool and other good stuff, but just for the players, for the teams who show up week after week, day after day, putting in the games. AT&T helps us to put on this amazing tournament. Without them, this would not be possible. So thank you so much, AT&T, and thank you so much to Sony with the Xperia One for joining us as the official mobile partner. The Xperia One, again, a phone I've gotten a chance to use quite a bit over the last few months, and it's been really exciting to have Sony joining us now, showing that, look, in the world of mobile esports and competitive gaming, the Xperia One, if you're looking for a device to play on, is certainly a contender that you should check out. So thank you so much to Sony for joining us here for our Season 5 playoffs. I said all these great things, and maybe that's given our admins enough time behind the scenes to plug in all the numbers.
Do the math.
Do the math, Degon? Come back, Degon.
I will say, though, while we're waiting for those final scores, I did just retweet.
Ready.
I retweeted the tweet.
The tweet?
For Jovi to come back to life. Like the tweet. Follow me at Degon. You don't even have to follow me. Just find me on Twitter, but do follow me. And then it's the first tweet on top. Bring back Just Jovi. I want to see the best shot caller in North America, Caitlin, lead her team. Slump, romp. I forgot who the last person is. It's Sakamai fills in sometimes there. The favorite team. Make that happen. All right. The end.
All right. There are a lot of teams, Degon. There are a lot of teams, but only 16 in this first group of the day. And I get word that maybe there's a leaderboard that is ready to go. 114. Degon, 114. That's a lot.
That was a lot.
That's a lot.
You were in my brain. That's a lot. Look at by third place, they have double the points of Simplicity. And Simplicity got a chicken dinner that last one. That's pretty good. And that is nuts. Any other surprises here? Endgame, as expected, this veteran roster showing up and putting up good numbers. I think as much as I think we might have given them a little bit of a hard time in that last fight there against Omen Elite, that's still very good. Very good for this team. When you're ahead of Tempo Storm, when you're ahead of Tribe, when you're ahead of some of these other squads there, I think you're pretty comfortable with how that's going. And then Nefarious starting to fall a little bit further. I don't want them to be a flash in the pan. I want to see them kind of pop on up like the way that Square One did in that last one. They took fights on. They looked good. The last team I wanted to shout out there, Extreme Slayers. Last place qualifier, looking pretty good here. 31 points. Maybe if you double that up, get yourself to 60. We don't know what that magic number is quite yet, but they were willing to take on fights and an exciting team here. So I'm excited to see what else this squad brings.
I'm going to be honest, though, Degon. I don't know what the number is either, but I'm pretty sure 114 is going to do it. I don't know for sure, but I'm just saying that I don't do this wild card, but they could probably just not show up for week number 3 and probably still make it in. Yeah, because that's an incredible. Don't do that. Don't do that,
Paul. That was not good.
Don't do that. Keep playing. Put on an impressive performance, but you did so already today. But there's always a but. Final thoughts in the day, Degon. What are you thinking? Close this up.
What a way to come back to North American PUBG Mobile. I love how the score is now streamlined with the competitive structure that has been put in place with the PUBG Mobile Pro Leagues and map rotation. Now that we get to see all the maps in here. And I love seeing all the similar faces, you know, whether it's new teams, old teams, a solo player that I haven't seen in a long time. It brings me so much joy so that I can come back and be like, I remember that. Paul and I, for those of you that were have been watching all day today and remember season 1, Paul and I, while we were rehearsing today, used a video from season 1, hashtag sign confound. And it was confound, hashtag confound, hashtag sign con. That was so cool to see not only them, but then all the names of all the other rosters that were there. It was just kind of mind blowing. And it's been a heck of a year and a half so far at PUBG Mobile. And I'm super excited to continue to plow the way through over the next couple of weeks.
Oh, absolutely. I could not echo that more. And speaking of next couple of weeks, we're back next week with group number 2. If you guys want to stay up to date with all the stuff, social media is a great place to do so. You need to continue to watch this because this story is just getting started. !social in the chat. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and of course, join the Discord. If you want to get involved in future seasons, if you want to get yourself a team together, if you want to get involved in the world of competitive PUBG Mobile, this is your shot. This is your chance. It's open to everyone to join. Anyone in North America, ages 16 or over. There's no entry fee. There's none of that. Just show up and play the video game and have some fun. I think that's it from us on the night. I think that's about it. So thank you all so much for joining us. From myself and Varum, from Degon, the crew. We'll see you next week.
Bye. Be nice to everybody.